Okay, it's called
Animation.
Split Cities. I like this. Look at us in the plane together. Is that a private jet you hocked from one of your rich friends?
Obviously, you're driving, so that's what you got us right there, a little propeller thinger.
My fault. All right, so here's the deal. We've got 5 regions that are represented by 2 teams each. You know, Cubs, White Sox, very close. Orioles, Nats, kind of far apart. But this is what we're doing. We're comparing those teams that are in the same region. So we start on the East Coast with New York. Will the Mets have a better record than the Yankees, and are they a better bet to make the postseason?
Yes, they'll have a better record. Better bet to make the postseason. Yes, they will if they have a better record. So the Mets are better than we think. Okay, and Terry Collins done a great job over there. As much as they've struggled, and it's kind of like wah 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 wah. Their starting pitching's way better than the Yankees. That's what win games. The Rays did it for many years and won 90-plus games, excluding last year's team. So I'm going to go with the Mets, Chris.
You know what? Here's the only thing that's holding me back a little bit, because I do think that the Mets are pretty good this year. I think their division is pretty decent, too. You got the Nats, you got the Marlins, and then I get it about the other two teams. Yeah, Braves and Phillies, I get it. They're kind of at the bottom there. But with the AL East, I don't know how many great teams there are right there. So I think maybe the Yankees might have a shot in that division. By the way, the last time the Mets had a better record than the Yankees was 2000, which was the year the Yankees beat the Mets in the Subway Series.
Correct.
There you go. All right, let's move on to the D.C. area. The Beltway, as they like to call it. The Nats are 6-1 favorites to win the World Series. So more likely, Nats fail to reach the World Series or the Orioles miss the postseason entirely.
I think more likely the Orioles miss the postseason entirely, unless they do something very dramatic. I don't know. I look at this club. They're solid. They have Buck. They're a me against the world type club because they don't get a lot of credit. But when you lose Nelson Cruz, Nick Markakis, Andrew Miller is going to be a big cog out of that bullpen. It's tough to replace that. I mean, you got Travis Snyder, who I think, and I love Travis Snyder. Give him that bats, and he could replace some 20 home runs. It just depends on what goes on. But Pierce had a great year. There's going to have to be some guys. J.J. Hardy's going to have a much better year. They have still a good team. I just don't know if they make the playoffs here. And the Nats right now on paper look deadly.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's more likely Nats fail to reach the World Series. I think that's more likely. Because when was the last time the favorite actually made the World Series? I think it's so tough. Last year we had 2 wild card teams that made it to the World Series, right? And sometimes it has nothing to do with how good your team is. It's just the draw and how healthy your pitching is and all that sort of stuff. So I would go with that one, just based on the odds. Although I also believe in the Buck way, man. I'm on board with Buck Showalter.
I get it. I get it. It just seems crazy.
Yeah. All right, next one. Windy City. Both the Cubs and White Sox, 73 wins a year ago. Which team will have a bigger improvement in wins?
Boy, is this such a great question. I mean, I'm telling you, good segment, Chris, and this is a nice scene. The easy answer is going to be the Cubs. And I tell you, I got to stick with the Cubs. They've done too much. They're so ready to improve. And I really like the White Sox. I really like every move that they have made this club better. Well, you know what? Give me the White Sox. I'm going with the White Sox because all 5 of their moves made this club better. Dave,
you can't. You just pick both. You can't pick both.
It's hard. Okay, final answer is the White Sox. Final answer is the White Sox. I think the Cubbies are 2 years away.
Okay. Can't wait. Is Theo ringing on your cell phone right now? Is Theo on there?
Yeah. Hello, Mazel. Yep. No problem. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm not invited to play.
I'm not even going to answer the question. I'm not even going to answer the question. White Sox. White Sox is the answer. Next one for the Bay Area team. Which team will miss their third baseman more, the Giants or the A's?
I'm going to say the Giants. Kung Fu Panda, the personality, the grit that he brings. Postseason, this guy's been as good as Big Papi. Donaldson, remarkable star, but I think Brett Lowry fills in nicely. If healthy, I don't think they skip that much. But this man right there, Panda, what a baseball player guyer. That's all I'm going to say right there. He's a baseball player guyer.
Yeah, I think I agree with you here, in part because the Donaldson deal was a trade, and it brought him 4 players, including Graveman and Nolan, a couple of arms that could help them out, whether it's in the rotation or the bullpen at some point this year. So it's not just an even swap. The other thing is the Giants just watched Panda walk. What'd they get, a draft pick for him? That's not going to help him in 2015. I agree with you.
Good point.
They're going to miss that personality. Last one in L.A. Which reigning league MVP is more likely to improve on his 2014 season? Clayton Kershaw or Mike Trout?
Mike Trout, okay. Kershaw, it's hard to improve on 21-3 with a 1.77, but I think Trout can hit over 300, Chris, and maybe he can get 40 homers. There you go.
Yeah, there's no way Kershaw can improve in the regular season. He's reached the point in his career where he's strictly measured by what he does in October. As far as Trout, he's got to cut down on the strikeouts, led the AL in those, and he's got to run more. He only tried 18 steals a year ago. A few years ago, he was up near, he had 49 successful steals. So there you go.